guys? S'more here, bringing you some more 7 Days to Die. And small confession, as it turns out, you see, I recently got this Blue Yeti microphone. It's awesome. I'm loving it. Unfortunately, when I was recording several of these videos, at some point I put it on mute and hadn't realized it. So, like right now, as I was playing this, I was talking to the microphone, which was, of course, recording nothing. It was awesome. So this, and I think the next few episodes are going to wind up being narrated. Which, you know, there's some benefits there. You know what I mean? I can kind of talk after the fact. I can explain what I was doing. And to be very honest still, I was not particularly loquacious as I was doing this. Loquacious? Maybe not the best word to use, actually, now that I think about it. Not real talkative. But anyways, on to what I'm doing here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to complete the anti-spider zombie lip here. It's always a good thing to have. Probably more of a big deal with Alpha 10 because spider zombies were thrown into the mix at the time of your, average well, not every day, but your 7-day hordes. And now with them being the scout zombies, we don't see them a whole lot anymore, but I know that I have been personally surprised and scared by spider zombies when I didn't think I needed a lip or didn't have the lip finished, so just to avoid that from happening again. Lips finished, walls finished. I think at this point I'm kind of low on wood too. I think I'll be going and getting some wood here eventually soon. Let's see, what else? Recording is going well. I think that the frame rate is a little choppy. I'm recording at 1920 by 1080, 60 frames per second. And yeah, that's a little choppier than I would like. And at this point in the build, I'm actually trying to figure out how exactly I want to do the second level. With all of the buildings that I make, I want to make sure that I make them so that they will withstand at least somewhat of a horde. But also, and so that would mean being able to defend from the roof. And so originally this was just going to be some small little shack with, just 2-pitch roof. But eventually I decided to make it defendable from above, and so I will wind up putting a second layer in. Right here, and I remember doing this, I remember talking about structural integrity and giving a little bit of a primer, and so I can just do that again right now. Basically, when you go to fill in a space like this, you want to start as much as you can on the perimeter. And you want to fill all the way around the perimeter. And basically, as a good rule of thumb, is you want to minimize the amount of spans, the size of the span, as much as you can. So instead of just going from the middle of one wall to the middle of the other wall, I do the perimeters because each one of these blocks will anchor itself to the wall that I'm attaching it to. And I do that because of the ladder that's right there. But eventually here I have the smallest space when I start making the long spans, if that makes sense. There's some really good articles in the forums. I read the wiki and wasn't overly impressed with the structural integrity page, so there's that. Stupid goddamn invisible plane. I swear to God, between the broken legs and the plane, this is my Games for Kicks moments where I'm just going to bitch about something a lot for 10 seconds. That invisible plane is fucking bullshit. Let me tell you what. Why even have the invisible... Why even have the airdrop setting? You know what I mean? And it's been difficult enough getting into the hub city. The invisible plane would have been really helpful. Okay, I'm off my Games for Kicks box. Alright, I think here eventually I'm going to start implementing the rule where every time I nick one of my spikes, I have to take a shot. And I don't drink a whole lot, and I don't drink real well. So that could be, I anticipate it leading to some fun times. Take a sip of my tasty beverage here. Unfortunately, is not alcoholic. The whole build, the larger build overall, just kidding. I was obviously too drunk to get close enough to that tree. The whole build overall, I'm still kind of formulating in my head. I'm not quite sure of the overall shape. I do know it's going to be big. multiple buildings big. It would have been, I think, more awesome and probably faster to have had someone helping me. But it's alright. You know, I've got enough tools now, as we'll see later, because I record like 4 or 5 of these in a row. And so, you know, and I try and record the whole week's worth on the weekend. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like, here it is a few days after the fact, and I'm not going to go back and narrate, right? So, though nominally that's not all, you know, not the case. It's not how it's supposed to work. Let's see, and I think I'm just, you know, always paranoid of being snuck up on, which I think is a healthy survivor instinct for this game. But at the same time, you know, here I am just listening to see if I can hear any other ones, and I think we're good. Before I go and continue to chop down trees. And I don't know if the chopping down the tree raises the quote-unquote heat map or the, excuse me, the activity map of an area. But I know that I'm taking down a lot of trees, and I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally falling some spider zombie that I don't notice until it's too late. Yeah, just still, you know, just gathering some more wood. It's gonna take a lot, so eventually I am really pleased with how this turns out. And like I said, I've got big plans for this area. And that cavern below is just stupendous. Oh, I love it. And more wellness. You know, can you ever say no to wellness? I mean, I guess when you get capped at 200, you could. But even then, I would still want more. You know, and I would really like the wellness system mechanic. I feel like it still has some room to grow and develop. But where it's at right now, I really like it, and I am quite excited to see where it goes here in the future. I am going to eventually fill this hole up, since I have such a good way down to what I'm now going to call my mine from here on out. I'm not going to keep calling it, you know, the cavern or the cave. But I will eventually fill that hole up in the other one too, because we're going to need that space for something. Oh, there's a shot. Hold up, guys. Again, my drink not alcoholic. Wish it was. It's very yummy. That's for sure. And for a moment, I realized that I couldn't go to the right, which I didn't realize it until now, but that seems to be the tendency when I go up a ladder. Go up a ladder, get to the top, turn right. I guess there I will learn how to turn left, just like Mr. Zoolander. And so just kind of weighing the amount of frames I'm going to need as I try and formalize the design in my head, making these bigger, more intricate peaked roofs. I struggle with them. Sometimes the structural integrity, I seem like I understand it really well. Then other times I think things are going to be fine. And they come crashing down. I waste like 50 fucking trees worth of wood. So, you know, there's that. I do leave a lot of the wood not fully upgraded. You know, I didn't upgrade the spider lip there because I'm still not absolutely sure. I want the buildings to all have a consistent theme, and so as I'm building this, maybe it's the trim for the anti-spider zombie lip that ties all the buildings together. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, still working on it in my mind. I wish there was some way that I could, like, look at something in the video, pause it, and maybe if I had a digital pen and a digital pad of some sorts, I could actually just doodle on my paused screen image for you guys to kind of sketch something out. And unfortunately, I don't have that. The closest I could do is probably stop moving, capture a screenshot, pull it open in Paint, and start doodling. And maybe I'll try that. You know what I mean? I don't see any other YouTubers doing that. And so it would be different, and just, you know, it would be good to try something new. I can't believe I didn't break my leg there the way things seem to go on the server. And then I realize here pretty soon that I'm screwing up right now and not doing so good. Let's see if I actually... Do I realize it yet? Oh, this is so weird narrating like this. it's easily one of the funniest parts is just watching people try and rotate their object. I think it beats the hell out of the Minecraft style, where depending on how you're looking at the brick that you're, or at the block that you're gonna plop the next block down next to, determines the orientation of the block that you're gonna drop down. Like stairs come to mind, right? Getting your goddamn stairs oriented up or down, left or right. Are they an interior corner piece or an exterior corner piece? I remember that. I've definitely put some hours in Minecraft. And then I think here's where I realize that I actually have no clue what I'm doing. I'm sure that's how it seems. As you see, what I have wound up doing was, the way I want this thing to look, I have not placed. Yeah, I think I've realized it now, and I'm just kind of going back and fixing everything else. Those needed to be kicked out one block to the exterior direction of the building. And if that doesn't make a lot of sense, it will here soon. Speaking of which, what episodes do you guys like the most? I mean, is it the build, the exploration, maybe a hub city run, or the combat videos where I'm clearing town? Do you guys like the videos where I died a whole bunch because I was really stupid? Definitely let me know, and let me know in the comments. The comments are my favorite part. Aside from trying to get to 100 subs, which I think is a very attainable goal. I think at the time of me narrating this, I was at 93, and I just swapped stacks there to go through this pile of wooden ramps first, just so I can continue to free up inventory slots. I think in this game, it seems like we have a ton of inventory slots, but it also kind of seems like we don't, if that makes sense. There's so many different things to loot. It doesn't feel like we actually have enough inventory slots, really. But I love reading the comments. I love interacting with you guys. I love it when I learn something from you guys. I think, much earlier on in the season, one of my earliest subscribers, not that I have a profuse amount, and as always, guys, thank you very much for subscribing. This gentleman had said, hey, put loot chests down in the middle of town, and that's something I really hadn't been doing. Like, I knew about it but hadn't been doing. But I thought, you know what, this guy took the time out of his day, and I don't know how to put frames down still, surprise, to make that comment. And so I did try and do it this last town here that we've settled in just outside the hub city, and I hope that he gets to see it. I hope he gets to watch that and know that, yeah, oh, thank God I didn't break anything there. I forgot I fell there. It was just as terrifying to watch it right now as it was when it happened. I think I said something to the effect of, oh, I just pooped a little. But I hope that guy sees this video as I'm narrating over it, because I apparently don't know how to use the mute function on the microphone. I hope he hears this. Or maybe it was a she. I mean, I thought it was a guy, but maybe not. But I hope that person hears this and says, hey, he took my advice. Feel good. You helped me get a little bit better at this game, which I really appreciate. I think, like just about everybody else that plays this game, and if you're watching the video right now, I haven't lost you yet. The narration's been interesting enough, or maybe you've just got this on in the background. You're doing something much more productive with the internet. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Where was I going with that? I was going somewhere. Oh, so if you've made it this far in the video, I think that you are this far into the video without having left it yet because you are interested in this game. And I think if you're interested in this game, you'd agree with me that the future this game has. Holy cow. Are you guys watching? Are you staying updated with Joel Hulnick's Tumblr account? Weird that hurt but didn't break a leg. Are you guys following his Tumblr account? So if you aren't, I post the link to his Tumblr in the description to every video towards the bottom. Go check it out. The sunsets that they're working on right now in A12 are gorgeous looking. It almost is like there are more lines of definition in those screenshots than there are in real life itself. Very pretty. And of course, mini bike. They're teasing weather might be in A12. Really exciting. And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get in on this game at the ground level. I wasn't a part of the Kickstarter campaign, and I am extremely leery of Kickstarter and GoFundMe and all those sites to begin with. But this one I would have liked to have been a part of. I came in at like Alpha 6, and boy, it was a different game. And I remember trying to fight in the snow and hitting zombies with sticks, and just on the struggle bus. You know, I'd starve to death in a few days. I wouldn't make it through the nights. It was tough. And in fact, you know, there were other people on the forums that made me decide to do this with my YouTube channel, which I wasn't doing anything with beforehand. Not really, anyways. See, there you go. More structural integrity that I thought I understood. I obviously did not. So I go and I fix that here in a little bit. But I was reading in the forums that some guy didn't understand how we were surviving long enough to build these huge, awesome bases like I'm starting to do right here. Or Endem's doing with his Erebor build, which looks awesome. I'm super excited to see how that turns out, and I will probably do something similar. I will probably also take a crack at that at some point. Maybe Alpha 12, that will be my big project for Alpha 12. And I realized that if that person wasn't lasting long enough to get to the big base build, then someone can help that person. And so I hope that maybe the videos aren't the best put together yet. I hope that the quality does continue to improve. I'm always trying to put out a better product. But I hope that as you're watching this, that you'll learn something that you didn't know beforehand, especially if you're starting out. Those first few videos of this season, I know they aren't the best quality, but I slowly go over all of the clicks that I'm doing. I think I see some spawns, and then I shoot them several times but don't actually hit anything. And I thought it was just weird that I got just a few spawns over there. I thought I'd cleared the area, so I didn't know why they were spawning. And of course, because I hate getting snuck up on, I think I actually hop down and go kill them. Maybe? Maybe not. Negatory Ghost Rider. Apparently that pattern was too full. But as I was saying, I hope that you are learning things that you didn't know before. And that the videos, alongside being mildly entertaining, are also really helpful. Because that is really the goal. Also, getting my awesome wife to come play is, oh, that's going to be so awesome. I'm so looking forward to that. It's going to be so much fun. Holy shit. That's just going to be awesome. We'll probably keep the game real easy, very casual. I don't want her to get frustrated, which it would be quite easy to do. So, but that's going to be awesome. I'm so looking forward to that. Of course, you know, and then right now here, just more not knowing how to place frames, and I misplace a bunch of them. So I pick them up, correct it, carry on. I wonder how hard it is for the graphics card to actually render all of this, because it's all rendered correctly, all the shadowing and everything. Impressive. I would be fine if the pimp said for a performance boost, you know, we decided to not have these frames render the shadow. I'd be fine with that, because there are some huge builds that we wind up doing where you've got a whole bunch of wooden frames up just like this that you don't fill in because you're constantly moving them around, shuffling them, and fixing your mistakes. I also realized, and I should have known, again going back to Minecraft days, that if I wanted this thing to come to a sharp peak and not have that one space gap right there, because I was afraid to actually put any wooden frames down in the middle, so I actually leave it open. I didn't want it all to collapse, and I figure, you know, it's okay. A little bit of rain on me is not gonna kill me yet. Maybe in A12 or A13 they'll have, you know, you catch influenza, now you've got to, you know, survive influenza, because I don't think you can actually kill off a flu. I think your body just weathers it, and maybe flushes it out, maybe sweats it out. I don't know. I obviously am not a doctor. But I figured that open strip in the middle there, not a huge deal. And then begins upgrading. Now let me tell you, and I bet I'm not the only one, I know I've mentioned a few times how I find inventory management to be, you know, cathartic and relaxing and fulfilling, and I'm getting stuff done. upgrading with the nail gun is like, it almost is as good as, you know, a perfect headshot with the shotgun. That's how much I enjoy it. It's ridiculous. So yes, S'more the Roofer at this point. Maybe that's what I'll name the episode, since I haven't actually rendered it yet. I've just got gameplay video, gameplay audio, and now, you know, this narrating track that I'm doing. It turns out nice, though. I really like it. And I can see as I'm watching this thing and narrating over it, we're getting down to the last few minutes. So I'll sign off here. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe. I've also actually gone through and made sure that I have subscribed to a bunch of other YouTubers. There's a great shot of it. I think I'm going to use that shot as the custom thumbnail. I've recently subscribed to a bunch of other guys. So make sure you check out those YouTubers' works as well. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. I greatly appreciate your guys' traffic and comment. I love getting into it with the comments. You guys take it easy.